think being on Broadway is all glitz and glamour? Well, think again.
All right, so I come in, I sign in, they let them know that I'm here. That's the baby wall, and it's how many babies this production has produced, and it's incomplete. I do this probably around 8 times during the show, so that helps me stay limber. I have Modern Art by Sadie. I have a nice tea set that if I want to, when she comes, she has tea. So I always have her tea ready. And it's basically just lots of pictures of me and Sadie, and there should be some of Russell, but there aren't. Oh well. The first 2 years of Sadie's life, it turned out that I was the one who was home a lot more, and Russell was bringing in 90% of the income, and I was bringing in 2%. And so the way we worked it out was that Russell's career would be able to sort of fund me being at home more. And then he got very jealous of the fact that he wasn't at home as much with her. I think it's very important for one person in the relationship to be able to, like, you can count on their income a little bit more than you can count on the actor's income. I don't wear makeup because why mess with perfection? On the occasional time when there's something which looks like a boil, I will cover it up. But I think I bought this in '78. There's less of a blueprint, I feel, for gay couples in general. And so when parenting's involved, that I think you really have to sort of like create your own story, your own way that you work as a family.
Strawberry.
That's right, that looks good, doesn't it?
What I was struck by when we first had Sadie was people wanting to sort of put us into strict categories. And there's already enough people trying to sort of categorize gay relationships to begin with in a way which I find sort of boring. People are always trying to say, well, who's the mom? Who's the dad? And you know, like everyone's just trying to spend as much time with their kids or do right by their kid. She's gone. She's already gone.
She's gone.
She's gone. I have no idea where she is.
Sadie! Sadie, where are you?
This show, Modern Family, which is probably the most famous gay couple right now, fictional gay couple with a 3.5-year-old daughter who is adopted. So everyone's like, oh, you're exactly like that couple. I'm like, really? Like, really? I don't, like, there are similarities, which is the problem, but it's like, oh, there's a straight couple on TV I saw the other day. They're just like you because they're straight and they have a kid. I don't know, it kind of works my nerves.
Have you been here the whole time?
Yeah.
Oh.
When I had the opportunity to go back into Mamma Mia, I was so happy. She actually likes to say, she says, bye, Daddy, Day. You know, she pushes me out the door, and then she has special time with Daddy Russell. And so she is actually, it's good for her to see me leaving on a regular basis. And it's been a great gig for me. The other thing before a show that I do is I warm up on the stage, because then your body's getting used to being on that angle. Rumor has it this was Al Jolson's dressing room, which is not very luxurious and not very big. But one of the things about a star dressing room is that it's the closest one to the stage, so you don't have to go up 5 flights. But this is where I get out of my spandex at the end of the show. And it's sort of like the Pillsbury Doughboy coming out of the packaging. Not everyone has the flame sleeves. Only the Harry Brights. So. But here is Harry's guitar. And here's another thing, everyone uses the slant board because it's the opposite of the rake. I don't have the most vocally demanding part in the show. I'm more of an actor who sings. So I like to keep the realness of that.
I could work, much later at night. I choose not to because I want this time with her. And we have made a very conscious decision not to have a nanny, not to have help, because it's our job to raise her. And so we make it work. And I think that, obviously the downside is that we don't necessarily get a lot of time together, but truthfully, after 24 years, we've had a lot of time together. Cheers. Love you.
How's your day?
How was my day? My day was good. I was at work all day. I was at the office. I met with a couple of clients. And then I came home. I thought about you and what you were doing today. You guys went to Hippo Park, right?
But I saw big blue monster
Where did you see the monster?
in the zoo.
Where?
It's scary.
Yeah, but monsters are pretend, right? I can do one of our books. You get 2 more books. Right, and what's that?
So cute.
And what color is that? Are you funny?
There was one time I was thinking about going out of town for a job, and I was trying to force myself to feel like I should be doing this job, and I would leave for 2 weeks. I just started crying because, well, first I cry all the time, and second, because I couldn't imagine being away from her for 2 weeks. And then Russell's like, well, you don't have to go. I'm like, I don't, but I feel like I should. And it was just pathetic. But I would be absolutely miserable if I couldn't hang out with her. Sometimes I'll be able to get more done in 15 minutes here than all afternoon hanging out with Sadie. We had a very active afternoon. We had a big cooking show, and we had a lot of cooking to do. And then she wanted to go swimming, but there was no swimming pool that we belonged to or is open right now, so we got into her swimming, she put on her swimming suit and then was upset we weren't going swimming. And I said we would go to a pretend swimming pool, and that was not good enough because I was not pretending hard enough. Russell and I really, really wanted to have kids, but I think that we felt very vulnerable to the process of trying to adopt and trying to adopt as a gay couple, which that's changed so much in the last 15 years. When we finally became parents, we were so incredibly excited, and we felt so incredibly lucky. I mean, we still feel that. So there was that sense of so much gratitude that we had sort of been blessed, which is not a word we just felt incredibly lucky. I think sometimes the adoption process is not that much different than when people are trying to get pregnant. There's so much chance involved, and so we felt like we had won the lottery when we actually had her in our arms, and it was just an incredible moment. We were just so excited, and there would be times when we would say, I think there's a baby in the other room. That's so weird, because we couldn't believe we had actually become parents. What I think one of the big challenges is the fact that all 3 of us aren't in the same place enough at the same time.
our philosophy as a couple is how great that Sadie gets to come home to parents who love what they do. So if the consequence of that is that we're not together every night for dinner, I think that's well worth it.
I think it's really great for your child to see her parents like what they do. I mean, I think that's part of what you're trying to model for your child, that you're doing something you love.
When I was pregnant, at first my costumes all fit, and then eventually they had to let go of the buttons and the zippers in my pants and put this big spandex thing over with some suspenders, and I had to have the shirts changed.